Step-by-step garden bed secrets. Preparing a garlic bed at the right time is the difference between small, disappointing bulbs and a harvest of solid, fist-sized heads that store well through the winter. Many gardeners wait until October to begin, but that is too late for the soil to properly process the nutrients garlic needs. September is the golden month for preparation. The soil is still warm, microorganisms are active, and there is enough time for amendments to break down and enrich the earth before planting. What follows is a detailed step-by-step guide to building the perfect garlic bed in September, designed specifically for the soil and crops central community. Garlic thrives in an open sunlit area where it can receive 6 to 7 hours of direct light daily. Shade weakens the bulbs, making them loose and undersized. Just as important as sunlight is water management. Garlic will not tolerate soggy ground. If your garden lies in a low area where water tends to pool, either raise the bed by about 20 centimeters or select a naturally elevated part of the garden. A simple drainage test can be done by digging a 30-centimeter hole and filling it with water. If the water is still there the following day, that site is unsuitable for garlic. The crop also responds strongly to rotation. Never plant it after onions, tomatoes, or potatoes, as these deplete the soil and invite diseases that easily transfer to garlic. A much better choice is ground that previously held cucumbers, cabbage, zucchini, or peas. These crops leave behind loose, nitrogen-rich soil free of heavy disease pressure, creating the perfect foundation for garlic. Soil acidity is another key factor. Garlic prefers a nearly neutral pH of around 6.5 to 7. If the soil is too acidic, the plants will yellow and struggle to form full bulbs. Dolomitic lime should be applied in September if acidity is high, allowing the soil enough time to balance before planting. Most gardeners, make the mistake of digging too shallow. Garlic develops a strong root system that can stretch 20 to 25 centimeters into the ground. If the bed is turned only lightly, the plants will never reach the nutrients they need. The soil should therefore be dug to at least 2 spade depths, breaking up clumps and loosening the structure thoroughly. The width of the bed should not exceed 1 meter. Narrower beds warm more evenly in spring, and the gardener can reach into the middle without stepping on and compacting the soil. September is the month to give the soil everything it will need to support garlic for the next season. Fresh manure must be avoided entirely. It burns garlic roots and encourages rot. Instead, spread well-rotted compost or humus at about 4 to 5 kilograms per square meter. This forms the base of fertility. After compost comes wood ash, applied at 120 to 150 grams per square meter. Ash supplies potassium and strengthens the plants against fungal problems, while also loosening heavy soils. It must be applied separately from superphosphate, which is added about a week later. Superphosphate should be spread at 25 to 30 grams per square meter, giving garlic the phosphorus it needs for strong roots. If applied too early with ash, the two materials neutralize each other, leaving little benefit. For acidic soils, dolomitic lime is best applied in its own stage, at around 200 to 250 grams per square meter. Each addition of organic matter or mineral should be followed by a gentle raking to blend it evenly into the soil. By the time the bed is ready, it should feel like a soft, crumbly cake, warm, airy, and balanced. This structure allows both roots and microorganisms to thrive. A crucial but often overlooked step is to let the prepared bed rest for at least a week, ideally longer. During this period, microorganisms break down the amendments into forms that garlic roots can absorb. The soil also settles into a stable structure. By the time planting season arrives, the earth is alive with activity and nutrients are available just when the cloves need them. So, before planting, the bed should be disinfected to reduce the risk of soil-borne diseases. A simple solution of potassium permanganate works well. Just dissolve 1 gram in 10 liters of water and apply 5 liters of this solution to each square meter of the garlic bed. Another option is copper sulfate, though it should be used sparingly, as repeated applications can accumulate in the soil. Either treatment ensures a cleaner start for the crop without resorting to harsh chemicals. Garlic must be planted at the correct soil temperature. Planting too early means the cloves will sprout and then freeze in winter. Planting too late means they will not have time to root. The target temperature is between 10 and 12 degrees Celsius at the depth of planting. In most regions, this moment arrives between late September and mid-October. In September, begin checking soil temperatures daily, inserting a thermometer to the depth you plan to plant. Once the reading stays steady in that range for 3 consecutive days, it is time to plant. Cloves should only be separated from their bulbs shortly before planting, about 1 to 2 hours beforehand. This keeps them from drying out and, well, ensures a strong start. Each clove should be firm, large, and healthy. For an added layer of protection, a pinch of mustard meal can be sprinkled in each hole before the clove is set. About half a teaspoon per hole is enough. This natural material protects against nematodes, fusarium, and other common diseases, reducing the need for chemical treatments later in the season. The planting depth depends on the size of the clove. Small cloves should be set 8 centimeters deep, while large cloves should go down 12 centimeters. This difference ensures that all shoots emerge evenly in spring. Spacing is also important, 10 centimeters between cloves within a row and 20 centimeters between rows. Crowded cloves compete for nutrients and light, producing smaller bulbs. Once all cloves are planted, the bed should be mulched with a 3 to 4 centimeter layer of peat. The mulch keeps the soil from forming a hard crust, protects against temperature swings, and holds in moisture during early growth. Garlic is a crop that rewards careful planning. By preparing the soil in September, digging deep, feeding wisely, and planting at the right temperature, you give the crop the exact conditions it needs to thrive. The result is not a handful of tiny weak bulbs, but a row of large, solid, fist-sized heads that keep well and taste rich. At Soil and Crop Central, we believe that gardening is about working with the natural rhythms of soil, sunlight, and climate. Garlic is one of the clearest examples of how timing and attention to detail transform a harvest. If you found this guide valuable, don't forget to subscribe to Soil and Crop Central and share it with fellow gardeners. Together we can keep building a community that grows stronger harvests, season after season.